Hey guys, this is Anime Feelin, and today I'm gonna show you how to one-man carry and snowball every lane in League. So for this game, I played Kane, and it was a really behind game, but we somehow came back due to just snowballing every lane and roaming and kind of just doing everything we can. So in the game, I was really focused, and I really didn't even think to go over anything, but I decided to do a voiceover so I can be more methodic with how I did everything, so I can explain to you guys what the thought process is behind everything I do. So let's get into the video and start. So to start, like any other game, we're gonna do a clear of the entire jungle. Just because Kane isn't the strongest early game jungle, we're gonna just take everything we can so we can become like the highest level, get as much gold as we can, and then help lanes as we go along. And I know I'm not going the traditional Kane route. People usually either choose Conqueror or Dark Harvest, but I actually think Electrocute is better. It may not be better in the early game. Actually, it is better in the early game, I mean, but it might not be better as good in the late game, like Canes usually think, because we're trying to go in the late game. Um, Late game Dark Harvest will do more damage, but Electrocute's procs are just so necessary for the early game, and it really gives you the freedom of choosing, actually, if you want to go Rost or Shadow Assassin, just because usually you want to go Shadow Assassin when you have a lead. And if you don't have a lead and you go Shadow Assassin, it's a little harder. When I go this page, I usually most likely will go Shadow Assassin, but at least gives me the liberty of choosing, just because, yeah. And I actually do like going as much speed as possible. As you can see, like I have earlier. Oh, I'm ganking right here. So let me just. She was struggling to begin with. I was watching her the whole time. The whole time when I'm clearing camps, I'm constantly looking at every lane, especially when they ping me a lot. And I could tell that, I mean, obviously as a Kled player mid, he's already going to be aggressive against a Kiana. And I just wanted to do everything I can, not even to help them as a player. As you can see, like I'm honestly pretty happy I got the kill, but it's more the mental. Mental's a huge thing in League. So I knew if she just kept getting bullied, she would probably just start playing worse, if that makes sense. As you can see, while I'm clearing this camp, I'm actually watching top lane too, but that doesn't mean I'm always going to help the lane. Just because, honestly, what can I do? It was already a trade 1-for-1, and I knew that he's a Singed player. Singed as a champion doesn't have much dueling power. Like, he's not going to really do anything with me. He's probably just going to let him chase around, so there wasn't any point of me helping him. And I'm actually going to maximize on that trade for 1-for-1. I know Udyr's dead, so I'm going to take the Rift Scuttle. Normally I wouldn't, just because Udyr definitely has like early game advantage over me. He's a way stronger jungler than Kane, and he can honestly bully him. Usually that's what they do against Kane players. So that kind of just explains why I did what I did there. I'm still looking at other lanes. Bot lane, I could tell, is already a bit tilted. One, it's a Draven player, and two, they're just getting bullied. So usually my mindset when I am playing jungle is to help the winning lanes, even if that means sacrificing this bot lane. There's already a huge CS difference, and there's really not much that can be done at this point. Even if I do get to kill them, they're still going to get a lead. But I'm still going to be here because I want to soak up the XP, or it's just going to go to waste. They're already going back, and I wanted to help them any way I can. Honestly, obviously this gank didn't go as well as I hoped, and I made sure to flash, because if I didn't flash, I would have just bubbled right into that trap. This is kind of the point where I was like, okay, I tried ganking this lane because I could tell they're tilted and I didn't want their mental to go down the drain. I tried and it just didn't work. So until I'm a little stronger, or they just, they were pretty low, to be honest. So it wasn't that great of a gank to begin with, but there was nothing more I could really do for that lane there. And if I did stand a tower for that XP, that bot lane could have killed me. So I just decided to take camps instead. I'm really just trying to get as much of a lead in like XP and gold as I can. So whenever my camps are up, I really make sure to get those. Like, as you could see, the bottom right of my screen, the mini map, basically, there's almost no camps available. I take them immediately when they come up, which is usually what you want to do. Even though other lanes, mid's trading, top is losing. I'm pretty sure Singe is about to die right there. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, so I was making sure to watch, and I didn't want to risk anything, even if it meant taking the kill, because I know that Mordekaiser has amazing like dueling power. So I immediately just like did what I could. And the huge thing in solo queue is I barely ever type. I think that's one of the most important things, especially as a jungler. No, not typing. It really does make a difference. It honestly just typing will make the mood better or worse. As you can see, they're pinging me bottom, but I already kind of knew they're pretty dead. So kind of turned around, took the L, and brushed it off. Still just going to take my camps as usual. The bot lane is still like, he has half the CS. It's going pretty bad. I made sure this is a big wave, so even if I can't get all to CS, I'm gonna try to just soak up XP so I have a lead, or else it's just gonna go to waste. And lane minions honestly have they have so much more gold and XP than other stuff. So yeah, I wanted to back after this just because I didn't want to take any more, and I knew that the jungle was bot side, but it's still something that I can gank, especially because they were low. And I saw that the jungle went mid, so I made sure to expand on this. Even if Draymond's not here, I went to get the kills myself. And was able to secure double. Now, even though I got both those kills, it's actually good for my bot lane because now they can shove, maybe get a plate, and the enemy bot lane is going to lose XP and gold. So it's actually good for my bot lane and theirs. I still saw Udyr was dueling over there, so even though I couldn't, I honestly knew I was not going to make it to help them or help my Kiana fight, so I decided to get whatever I could and steal his jungle just because I knew where he was. So watching the minimap is huge as a jungler, constantly just looking at every lane, who's fighting, who's where, just so I know where I'm safe and what I can do. So I knew that bot lane didn't have sums just because I just ganked it. So usually when you know a lane doesn't have sums, like if you gank a lane and fail and they use their sums, you want to come right back to it just because now you know it's actually better for them to gank. And Krugs, by the way, they actually have double the gold and XP than any other camp. So those are definitely something you want to get and grab whenever you can. So I'm kind of trying to wait for my ulti to come back up. And I'm still watching other lanes, as you see. If you can notice, I actually have the water walking rune and the extra movement speed rune, just so I can roam gank or lanes whenever I can through the river. That's usually where I want to travel, by the river, by the way. Because right here, as you can see, 400 movement speed, I can just quickly just make my way down bottom as I was just mid and help them. So I really do have that presence. And I want to make sure to get both these kills. I didn't want to risk any chance of her getting out because I saw that TP. Even if there's that slight chance, it's worth, letting them live and stuff like that. Made sure to ulti to dodge that Q right there. I was a little screwed right here. There wasn't much I could do. Once I ultied in there, I was pretty committed. And you could see the enemy Caitlyn's trying to tilt me because I'm like, if you could look at the score, it's pretty clear that I'm the only one actually having like a lead. Like in every lane. And my team is pretty tilted, but I still don't type. Just because, yeah, it's not going to end well. I'm glad I got my form finally, though. And so now is when I want to really make a presence, but I can't do much without my ulti, especially early game. I'm just a big burst, actually all game. So my ulti is like really necessary for whatever I want to do. Right here, I make sure, even like no matter what, when someone's under tower, you always want to clear the wave first, just because you don't know if they're gonna dive or not. And clearing the wave kind of just like makes them scared to dive, and it just kind of pulls off the pressure. So. And I'm waiting right now to get my ulti before I want to go anywhere. I know I can kill them top, but without my ulti, I definitely can't. So I'm kind of just buying time right now, even if that means costing a few plates. But now that it's up, I'm going to make my way in. Even though I missed everything, or mostly everything, I still do tons of damage. So I never half commit. Ever, by the way. When you go in as Kane, you really do have to go in, even if that it doesn't look as good as you want, because then it's just sloppy and awkward and weird. And it actually turned out pretty well for us. So immediately after that, I just go for another camp. I'm not enough health to get Rift Herald. I know some of you might think, like, why didn't he get Rift Herald? They just got advantage. They killed 2 people. It would have taken way too long. Death timers are too short. Udyr's topside, and so is Kled, obviously. It would have just been a bad idea if I decided to do that. But now that I see that they're all there, I immediately recalled, and I'm just going to go straight for that dragon. Even if Mordekaiser gets turret and stuff, or whatever he's doing, I'm just going to ignore him. I got a pink, and I'm going to go dragon. That's another good thing about the rune, the water walking rune, is it gives you extra AD too. So it makes getting these objectives, decently quicker. Kind of just ignore the map and go for what I can here. And right after that, I immediately go bottom and just want to kill this guy. I'm going back and forth until my ult comes up. And I see that they're a little tilted from there. And it's kind of too late for me to do anything because Clint got back on Scarl. So I'm just going mid and clearing the waves. I'm not looking for a fight, just clearing the waves. But it's a pretty big wave, so I can't really save that tower. As you can see, everyone is still typing a lot. And I'm just trying to ignore it and play the game, honestly, because even though I have half the kills, I still, don't think it's that stretch of a game. And she found a good pick here, so I immediately just go in on everything I got. I probably didn't need an ulti here, but I see the whole map is black. And the only person we saw was Mordekaiser bottom, so I had no idea who might have been, there could have been a bunch of people just waiting for him back there, and he might have just got away with like 2 HP maybe from a Nami heal and a flash, so I really didn't want to take that risk, even if it wasn't that likely. But yeah. And here I don't even need ulti, she's just dead. I have Duskblade, so I always make sure to W for the slow. Sometimes I'll even use my Chilling Smite for an extra slow. I'll smite, and then so it makes it easier for me to land my W, and then auto attack and then Q. Because my auto attack is, I already have 260 base, plus that bonus damage from Duskblade. It's insane amount of damage. I don't really need to, auto attacking is like one of the things I need to do best. And that's just, she's caught out, and not much any of us can do. Draven just got ulted by Mordekaiser. So I'm just kind of hovering until he comes out of there. And it was a good thing I did. Because he would have died if I wasn't just there. And there's another fight happening here. I still don't have ult for another 10, but I do see Caitlyn top, so I think it might be like a fight that we can do. But Draven's like 2 HP also, so I'm kind of just waiting for any opportunity to show up. But then I realized, wait, Caitlyn's top by herself. And I really just like maximizing on this constantly. But I don't really get everything I want. She flashes and E's and almost kills me, actually. And I know, like, normally I would want to greed and just flash in and kill her. But a flash for 300 gold honestly isn't worth it. I would rather use my flash for a team fight. So I decide to save it and just not get the kill, let her get the tower. So I could just, it's better for later. I don't want to give the enemy ADC a trade. That's not worth it, honestly. I do see they just go for Draven constantly, so. But I can still fight this guy, even whether he's there or not. I go for the auto attack immediately. I'm waiting for him to get off Skarl and then ulti. Because if I ulti while he's on Skarl, then it's pointless. There's nothing I can do. It's like two separate people, so you have to make sure you time that. And it's not worth for him at all because he had a 700 gold bounty, so 1,000 gold for me. So it was a 700 gold difference right there. Him trading for Draven. And even if I killed, I still don't say anything. My build is usually, so right here, sometimes I always go first item Duskblade. Sometimes I'll go second item Edge and Knight if they have a lot of like disengaged CC for when I want to go in. But here, they don't, and I'm just going for speed. So it's good. Looking for a fight here. Draven's not here, but I see he throws his ulti. Obviously kill the enemy jungle as quick as possible. And now I can't really do anything because it's Mordekaiser, and he's just ridiculous dueling 1v1. And I didn't really know what happened, but my team somehow got the Rift Herald, which is nice, but it's somewhat, it wasn't an awful fight. It was a 4-for-3. Almost. Yeah. Now their mental is just getting destroyed. Draven is still pushing bottom, so that was actually it was a 4v5 that we won, which is nice. Doesn't happen that often, but on top of winning that, he gets farm, gold, tower, XP, and then immediately I look at that dragon and I want to go there. And so I tell him to rotate and we go for that. 2 Infernals, definitely good for scaling. But I don't want to just randomly go in there. And thank God I didn't. It's a worth trade. I could have maybe gotten out, but still got one. And the dragon, which is good. So now the game, you can tell, is like, it's not just me having the kills. At one point I had 7 of 15. Now I have 11 of 27. So my team's starting to get more of the gold, and on top of that, they're getting damage because of the Infernal Drakes. So although Draven is 1-4, he's still relevant. For sure. And he just tried to ulti Cinch there, but Cinch had a black shield on. Haven't taken my camps for a while, so now I'm just kind of, there's nothing really to take anymore. They're just doing what they are mid, and we can get this tower, but other than that, the map is pretty dark. And this is just the last outer turret, the last tier 3. So this kind of just opens up the map. That's why we want to get this, but after this, we can't really get more, unless, yeah. He just really wants to go, and that's just, I'm not sure. I guess that's just Kled players. And we're kind of looking for Baron now, but there's no fruit. I remember this part exactly. Yeah, there was no fruit. So I couldn't really, we had no ocean or anything like that, so just decided to call it off. We got our pick, and that was it. It was just a 4-for-4, or 1-for-1, because Now Cinch died too. And then I immediately just got I had to disengage right there. I'm just gonna come back, throw a W. I don't want to get too close to them. I don't want to do anything, but it's kind of just looking like a lost fight. I just throw my W out here, and if I died right, I knew if I died right here, they're gonna Baron. So I need to stay alive no matter what. They might even still Baron. And I don't know what she was doing. Thought she could 1v1 me. And now they might still be able to get it, but without a Caitlyn it'll be a little harder. And they're on it. And I'm just looking. I don't want to contest it. I just want to chunk them down because they're low. And at this point I could just steal. That's it. And that's what I'll do. The W damage and smite is insane. W on top of smite, it's like 1600 right there. So I'll usually kind of like fake them out with it, smite early, and then they get cocky and like, oh, I got it, and then I'll W on top of it because W does like just as much. So it's kind of that burst that they don't expect, and I kind of try to time it like immediately at the same time because there's that little delay when you W. So that kind of just makes my team, let them run it down. They don't even need me now. They got the Baron. They're all pretty strong. But I'm trying to make it as quick as I can. Waiting for him to get off his Scarl and then Q. And then Mordekaiser is just, still really strong. So I can't exactly do whatever I want yet. And I go for a Scuttle for the gold and because it gives you resources back and the fruits. Now I'm like basically full HP again and I want to go help my team. And I still destroy Udyr. He was under the Cinch puddle so he couldn't really flash or do anything. And there's still a fight going on, so Mordekaiser, I was waiting for the W shield to fall off right here and then go out, but he has that. So I just lined up my Q and W and kill him. Mordekaiser is like super strong in the enemy team, so he was definitely worth flashing for, especially because my team still has Baron, so killing him lets them do a lot more. And then I'm kind of realizing that, okay, the dragon's up, now the dragon's up next. We could either run it down mid more or get this cloud. And it doesn't even look like we need the cloud, honestly. They just got picked, so I'm running it down mid, and as you see, the game turned around a lot. That was the first thing I said. One of the first things I said in the game. Now, there's no real waves pushing. Bottoms, like barely even close to the tower. Top, same way. There was really nothing to do. So just decided to get the dragon in the end. Looking for whatever I can here, but it's still really dark and I'm completely by myself, so this might not be the best idea, but I'm able to squeeze out of there and still get a 1-for-1. Well, not even 1-for-1. 1-for-0. Now it's a 1-for-1. I'm kind of ignoring this Mordekaiser because he's literally just a beast. I go for the squishy people and I still die, but yeah, I was able to get Nami there, and now they came back a little bit of a throw by us, so I knew they're talking to me, but I'm not also listening still. One more tick would have killed her. I don't even know how Caitlyn died there. And now at this point, I'm just kind of like, we just need to win one more fight. We just need a 5v5. We have the stronger team, obviously, and we don't need to play the map anymore. We could just 5v5 and win. I do realize I'm like almost 16, which is a huge. That'll give me like so much damage. So I just wanted to rush 16 and then do the 5v5 though. Blue buff to get me to 40% CDR. And kind of just making sure I'm looking for a pick or anything like that. I saw Mordekaiser, and even though I'm 2 levels up him, I still don't even want to try to pick him. I'll just let the cinch deal with him. And I'm just looking for any catch I can get. I see the trap there, so I don't move up a little more. And somehow they see me. So, just looking for any catch I can get. And I just go for who I can here. I did get a little caught out, but I was able to do a good amount of damage before I died, and hopefully my team could clean up. I did go in like 1v4, but they were able to kill someone during that, and then by that time, they got it. So I could have played the end a little better, but it was kind of like 4 on me, and then the opposite on them. They were on 1 person, so I tried to take as much time as I could and like stay in the ulti and stuff like that. And then by the time I dealt whatever damage I could, they kind of just came and cleaned up. And yeah, that turned from a super toxic bot lane at 5 minutes, muted and give up and all of this tilting things happening, to the win. If you guys like this video, if you think I should do more of these kind of things, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know, and I will. Thanks for watching, guys.